Howdy, and welcome back to the final episode of Yates American B244. Today we're going to finish the dust chute. Okay, we're going to start bending the transition plenum for the dust chute. This is the handbrake that we're going to be using, and we've already got it adjusted for the clamp and the radius. So each of these lines that we scribed before are going to be 15 degrees. So we're just going to start working through each bend line, and at the end we'll end up with half of a transition. So they're both completed halves of the transition plenum. We'll do some trimming and then weld them up. So the base of the plenum transition needs to be nice and square, and just by virtue of the handbrake operations, these corners are really rounded, so we're going to pound them out and make them a little squarer. So when I created this flat pattern, I added this extra material here to accommodate bending. So now we're going to trim that off. Okay, those jigsaw edges are probably not going to be real straight. Yeah, there's some gaps here and down here. Okay, that's pretty good. Well, after all that trimming to make this edge straight, this dimension here is a little bit short, so we're going to put a spacer in here to raise this up.
Yep. Sounded good.
With the help of my friend Mike, I've got that transition tacked in place. It fits pretty well, but I have to do a little bit of work here and over here where there's a little bit of a gap. I'm going to use this little sliver of metal to fill in this gap from the back side. Then I have another little filler to fill in this gap from the back side. For this other end, I'm going to try using a piece of heavy walled square tubing as an anvil up inside here, and see if I can bend that flange down. The last thing I'll do is attach a little reinforcing plate where the plenum attaches to the bracket. I'm sure you've noticed the round end of my plenum is not perfectly round. Be that as it may, we'll be able to accommodate that, and whatever flexible hose or even rigid piping connects to this adapter, we'll be able to flex and connect to it just fine. So this ring is definitely too big to go on the inside of my plenum, and it's on the ragged edge of being too small to go on the outside. So I'm going to peen around the edge here to flare it out and see if I can get a better fit on this, and maybe that'll stretch it out enough that I can get it to fit on there, and then I'll tack weld it around. Before I can weld this to the plenum, I need to remove that galvanized coating. This is a mixture of water and muriatic acid. I've made some etch marks about 1/8 of an inch down from the top of the plenum. That's where I want the adapter to be aligned. With it tacked in a couple of spots, I've got it clamped in place for the rest of the welds. Just need to do a little cleanup and wash down with lacquer thinner, and we'll be ready to paint. Well, with the completion of the dust chute, that pretty much wraps up everything on the B244. Thanks for watching, and appreciate everyone's comments along the way. This is Yates American B244 signing off.